Welcome back to Hardcore Skyblock, which means if we unalive, we have to do this. And in this episode, it gets a little exciting. And then we automate probably the most difficult boss in all of Minecraft. So if you enjoy, please like, subscribe, hit that little notification bell to be notified every time I upload. Also join my Discord down in the description below. And I hope you guys enjoy the video. So since last episode, we have done a couple things. We fought a couple withers to get 7 nether stars. I'm hoping that's going to be enough for this episode. And then we also changed the second layer of our base to stone because I have a couple plans for this episode and it involves this mob grinder. But as you can see, I need awakened draconium ingots and draconium, which we have none of that. So let's figure out a way. So draconium will be the first step. And we get the ingots from smelting draconium dust, and we get the dust by sieving crushed endstone. Well, we don't have any endstone. So how we get the endstone is by adding glowstone into lava. But we're gonna need quite a bit of endstone for this. So let's come on down here, grab some lava, and we're gonna have to make a little bit more. And there we go, there's our last 2 buckets. And I'm just gonna throw a little in here for later. So now we can come up to where I did my flux last episode, and we can extend this platform just a little bit. And we can place our stone barrel right there, along with the lava inside it, grab our glowstone, and chuck a piece in. And there is our endstone. So now we can go ahead and crush it, and we can put it through our diamond mesh. But as you can see, we didn't get anything from that. That's because it's only 7% chance. So we're gonna need a lot of this. So I'm gonna automate this. And the first thing we're gonna need is another cobblestone generator. So let's craft it up and upgrade it to tier 5. And we already got the stone barrels, so we just need a few more item conduits. And these ender fluid conduits, which require fused quartz. How do I get this? Oh, just a bunch of quartz in an alloy smelter. We only have 31. So let's find our quartz seed and harvest a bunch of this. And now craft up a bunch of quartz. Yeah, I think that's enough. Come on over to our alloy smelter and chuck a bunch of quartz in. And since we have an extra octadic capacitor, I'm actually just gonna go ahead and throw it in here to make it that much faster. So there's 6 fused quartz glass, and now we can throw that in our system and make our ender fluid conduits. So now all we need is a couple of crucibles, which mean we need porcelain clay once again. Good thing we have everything needed for that. And we can make a bunch of unfired crucibles that we'll just throw in our ultimate furnace, and those are ready to go. So now I believe we have everything we need to automate this. So if we come on over here, put a bucket of lava down there, a crucible on top, and the rate is actually 3 times instead of 1 times. So lava is more efficient than a torch. And now we're gonna take an item conduit, hook it up to the crucible, make sure it's inserting, and then we're gonna throw our cobblestone gen on top. Activate the cable, and now that fills up with cobblestone. And then we just take our ender fluid conduit and pump that right into the barrel. So now our lava's filling this up, and we can put another item conduit on top of there, have it set to extract, and that can just go into a drawer for now. And we actually need 1 more cable placed down, and that will be right there with a crystal chest. And in that crystal chest, we just throw a bunch of glowstone. And if you've seen there real quick, we now have 1 endstone. So this is technically automated. All we need is a garden cloche, there we go, and a crafter, and we can automate our glowstone. So all we need to do is throw the glowstone essence into the whitelisted filter, and all the essence will come into the crafter. That will have automatically making glowstone. That will go right into the stone barrel when it's full with lava. So that is endstone completely automated. But the lava going kind of slow, so the endstone's going very slow. So we need to fix that. So there we go. We now have 7 crucibles, all going into the 1 cauldron, and if you look, the amount of lava is going up very quickly, and we already have a stack and 26 in our drawer, with plenty of glowstone to still go around. However, the endstone is only the first step of many. We now need to crush the endstone, and then we need to sieve it. So we need to make this auto hammer, just like we did for the gravel at the back here. So there we go. And now we need the auto sieve as well. So I need some glass panes and a sieve. So now let's go ahead and craft it up. But now we also need a diamond mesh for that sieve. So there's the diamond mesh. But I believe we can actually enchant this. So if you check it in the enchantment table, we can get sieve efficiency 1, but that's only a level 3 enchant. I want to get level 30 enchants. So do we have any leather? We have 7. So we can make some bookshelves once we make some books. Oh, but there's only 7 books. And that's only enough for 2 bookshelves. So how do we get leather besides from cows? There's this drying basin. You just put rotten flesh in it and it gives you leather. So let's craft this. And I believe that's all we need for it. So let's grab some rotten flesh and throw it in here. And there's some leather. So now we can craft up more books and we're out of paper. Good thing we have a lot of sugarcane and 42 books should hopefully be enough. So let's make a bunch of these and place them down back here. Really? I'm one short. Hopefully that'll be enough. And it is, perfect. So let's grab some lapis and hopefully we can get some sieve fortune and not just sieve efficiency 4. So let's just enchant and just sieve efficiency 4. Let's try that again. Okay, well this is the third attempt and we're really not having much luck with it. So sieve efficiency 4 will have to do. So let's grab our item conduits and we're just gonna pull out of this drawer here and put it right into the auto hammer. And I forgot about the hammers. So let's make those and let's grab our flux point, throw in our hammers, and we'll add the flux point right here. So let's select our network and throw the sieve on top there. Add our mesh. Oh, and I forgot the cable. So maybe if we make a few more of these filters, I can go to the insert section, throw the end stone, and then flip to the extract, throw this other filter in, and throw in the crushed end stone. But we have to break this and place it down again so we can have this part here. So let's do that all again. And we need one more filter. So let's change this to insert, add this, and then crushed end stone. So now it should only be getting crushed end stone. And now with the regular end stone, it's being put into our auto hammer and then being taken out of our auto hammer and put into our auto sieve, where we have gotten our first bit of draconium dust. I don't really know what these shulker pearls and ender pearl powder do though, but that's a problem for later. And even with this, it is taking a long time to get our draconium dust. I'm so glad I've automated this. So let's grab a crystal chest and we'll store everything in here. So while we're waiting for this to do its thing, I actually want to enchant my armor. So let's come on up to our experience obelisk that I did build off camera and just forgot to mention. And let's take out a couple levels. And let's try to get some protection on our armor. So the chest plate's only fire protection, helmet, aqua affinity. That one's kind of useless for us. Blast protection on the pants and protection 4 on the boots. Perfect. Let's grab that. But the chest plate's got unbreaking 3. So hopefully we can get lucky and get protection 4 and blast protection. All right. How about the rest of the pieces? Protection 3 on the pants, but we need more levels. And there we go, protection 3 on the helmet as well, with unbreaking 3. That actually went better than I thought it would. So let's throw this back on, and hopefully we're that much more prepared for the Ender Dragon. So now let's go ahead and grab our 8 draconium dust, or 9, smelt it in our ultimate furnace, and now make the draconium seed. So there we go, and we have 5 draconium ingots left over. So now we can throw the draconium seed into the clouche, and it will start growing. Okay, so a little while later, we have a ton of draconium essence in here. So let's grab it all out. And let's craft up some draconium ingots. I hope 58's enough because we are going to need a lot of draconium. Because if we're going to be fighting the Ender Dragon, we need a bow. And I think the bow of the wyvern is the bow we want to get. So we'll need a wyvern energy core, which requires 4 draconium, 4 redstone blocks, and a draconic core. How do I make one of these? Oh, just draconium, gold, and a diamond. And I think we're going to need a few of these, so I'm going to craft up, I'll say about 10. So there's the wyvern energy core. Now we just need the wyvern core, which needs a nether star for the draconic cores and 4 draconium ingots. So let's craft that up now. And there is the bow of the wyvern. But we're still not done because I want to get this wyvern flux capacitor, which means we'll need another wyvern core and a few more wyvern energy cores. So let's craft up 4 of these and we're out of draconium. Good thing we got more essence in here. So there's our 4 wyvern energy cores and our wyvern flux capacitor, which can hold 64 million RF. If I put it in my capacitor bank, it would drain this instantly. So let's do it. Well, that's gonna take a second to fill up. Good thing our reactor has 10 million extra energy stored in it, which is getting drained very quickly. And then once this is done, we still have to charge our bow itself. So while those are going, there's these upgrades I want to add to the bow. And arrow damage is the biggest one I want to add, and they're fairly easy to make. So let's craft a couple of them up. I think 3 is all we need for now, and then draw speed upgrades as well. And once again, 3 is good enough. But to add the upgrades, we're gonna need a fusion crafter. So let's start with this core, which is just 4 lapis blocks, 4 diamonds, and 1 draconic core. And then we're gonna need this basic fusion crafting injector, and we're gonna need 8 of these. So now if we go down to the second level of our base, and we come to this backside here, I actually wanna make it in the area behind me. So let's do that real quick. So there we go. And now we can take our fusion crafting core, place it on top of this block right here, get rid of that block, and then we can take our fusion crafting injectors, and as long as it's one block away, we can place them down just like that. And then the same thing on the other side. But these things are going to require power, so we got the flex points here. And I believe I could just place it down right in the middle and select my network. So all those should be getting power now. I hope we don't have to place it at the back, but if we do, it's not the end of the world. So now that this is done and our stuff is done charging, we can now add our upgrades. So for the arrow damage, we're gonna need 2 golden apples, 2 diamonds, 2 ender eyes, draconic core, and then the upgrade itself. So let's grab some of our apples, make 2 golden apples, now make our ender eyes and our core. So now I just need to put a golden apple, a diamond, the ender eye, and the upgrade on one of the sides. So we got to make sure they're not stacked, and then just right click them into the fusion crafting injectors. And then the core and everything else on the other side. So now if we take our bow and we throw it into the center here, we can start the fusion crafting. So here we go, charging up. And it's got a little cool animation going on too. And the crafting begins. And this part's kind of cool too. And there is our upgraded bow. But that's only the basic tier. We can go up to Wyvern tier now, which is going to require nether stars. And that's why I collected a lot of them off camera. So let's make another Wyvern core. And now we just need our 2 nether stars, 2 emeralds, and 2 draconic cores. And I guess we kept our arrow upgrade, so I didn't need to make 3 of them. So let's chuck the nether star in, the draconic core, and an emerald. Then on the other side, the draconic core once again, another emerald, another nether star, and then our wyvern core. And let's throw our bow in. Pedestal tier too low. What tier do we need for this? Tier wyvern. So we're gonna need these wyvern fusion crafting cores. Oh, but that's another star each. We don't have enough nether stars. So I guess the basic arrow damage tier will have to do what we need for the draw speed. The exact same thing we had before. So there we go, and let's start that one out. And it's fully charged, and it's crafting, and it is done. So now we have basic arrow damage and basic draw speed. And it's gonna take 1.9k damage per shot. And I think we only need 1 arrow for this bow. So let's try it out. Okay, no, we need an infinity on this. So can we craft this infinity book? We could, but how we get this enchanter table? Oh, that's fairly easy. Okay, we don't have dark steel. Guess we're not doing it that way. So the old fashioned way it is, as long as this works. Okay, it does, but flame. Yeah, that's not the one we want. So let's throw a book in and let's just enchant it with Reaper. And now hopefully, power. So let's craft more books. And keep trying. And there we go, there's infinity. So let's enchant it. And now we'll only need 1 arrow. I don't know if putting power on this will do anything, but I think I'll try to get it on a book. And there we go, power 5. So now we just need our anvil and we'll throw it right here. And let's add power 5 to our bow. But as you can see on our bow, we've used about 1 shot worth of power. So if we shift right click on this wyvern flux capacitor, we can change it to charge armor and held items. So if we hold our bow, it's now fully charged. So now I think we're ready to fight the Ender Dragon. So we need this end cake to get to the end, which is just a cake and a bunch of Eye of Enders. So we have the Eye of Enders, we just need to craft the cake, which I have everything for. So there's our end cake. And let's throw it in this corner here so we don't use it by mistake, but it's pretty small. So if we take more ender eyes, and I believe we right click on the cake, it just adds to it. And now if we right click, we are in the end. And seeing as we have our angel ring, we can fly. And I want to be very careful of this guy because I really don't want to have to restart the series. So let's take these out from a distance. Okay, I guess we have to break this. Oh, that kind of scared me. Well, he's docked. Let's go ahead and quickly take out the rest of these. No, what did you just shoot at me? Okay, stay away. And I believe that's all the crystals, so now we just need to hit them, which I am not too good at doing, as you can clearly see. No. Well, I just dropped my bow. Okay, I guess you gotta dock yourself, and we have to swing and shoot my sword. Well, that didn't go according to plan. And I have no other choice because we have no way out of here. So I guess we're kind of just chasing this guy and hoping we can hit him. Okay, we can't hit you at all. What the heck, man? Can you dock now, please? Yes, there we go. So let's get in here real quick and get his head. Come on. Oh, what the? Do we have to come in from under the way? I don't know how you fight this guy. There we go. I guess you just can't charge him from the head. So close. Come on. No, don't take off. Don't take off. Don't take off. Yes. And there's the heart we need. Epic shader. What the heck is this? So let's grab this thing when it finally drops down. There we go. And let's get out of here. And there is the Ender Dragon defeated. So let's throw the heart in our system along with whatever this thing is. And let's craft ourselves a new bow and add these upgrades one more time. Okay, well that's done again. So now we can go ahead and start working on this mob grinder. So let's go ahead and craft up this generator. And we have all the pieces necessary. So now all we need is the awakened draconium ingots. So for that, we need to make an awakened draconium block, which is made in the fusion crafter with draconium blocks. However, we need wyvern tier, and we only have basic. And if you remember, the reason we couldn't upgrade this was because of nether stars. So we'll need to fight more withers, but I want to make a safer way to do that. And I think this reinforced obsidian will be our best bet. So for the reinforced obsidian, all we need is 4 steel ingots, steel scaffolding, and some obsidian. So how do we make the scaffolding? 3 steel ingots and a couple steel rods. So let's make some of these steel rods, and now we can make the scaffolding. So now we can make the reinforced obsidian, which is witherproof. And we only got 7 because we're out of steel ingots. I don't believe we have a seed for this. We have electrical steel. That's not steel. And our chicken here takes way too long to make the ingots. So we'll have to make a seed. So there's our steel seed. And for now, we're gonna just replace the draconium one. So there we go. There's a bunch of steel essence that we can now craft into steel ingots. So hopefully 249 steel ingots will be enough. And we can craft up a lot of reinforced obsidian. And now we have over 3 stacks of reinforced obsidian, which means we can make our area for the wither. And I think I want to build it back here just because we don't want it too close to our base, just in case something goes wrong. But there's actually one other item I want to get that will help us build this. And that's this angel block. And it's very easy to make. So let's grab it. And this will allow us to just place a block in thin air. So let's grab a reinforced obsidian and just make a little bit of a platform around it. So hopefully the 7x7 will be enough. And now we can just put little rings around it to make sure the wither doesn't fly out. So let's build it up a few layers. And there we go. We needed to make more obsidian, a lot more, but it's done now. And there's a few other items we need. The first thing being this mechanical user, which are easy to make, and we need 7 of them. And the next would be these ender chests, which we can make also, which we just need 2 of these. We could get away with 1, but we're just gonna use 2 to make it simple. And the final thing will be this exporter, and we'll need 2 of these as well. So now we have all the items we need to make part of this automatic wither farm. So to build this, we just need to place 3 mechanical observers like that, and 3 more underneath with 1 under direct here. And the 4 at the bottom there will be soul sand. And the 3 at the top will be wither heads. So we'll actually need to break these pieces of obsidian behind it. Then we'll need to place some item conduits on top, coming out one of our ender chests. And then the same thing straight through the back from the bottom of the ender chest. So let's add a filter into here, then add soul sand into there. And then at the top one, we'll put the wither skeleton heads. And then coming back to our system here, we're just gonna put the ender chest right there with the export bus. And we're actually gonna make these all black and put soul sand in there and wither skeleton heads in there. So now this will fill up with both of those. And we're gonna do the same thing to this, but we're not doing it fully just yet, because then withers will start to spawn like crazy. And we're not ready for that. And I almost forgot we needed this timer here, which requires a redstone clock, which we can easily make, and then a machine base, which is easy to make as well. And we'll place it right there. And then in the user with the timer on it, we're gonna change this to redstone pulse. And we're gonna make all the top ones use item on block with a random slot, but these other 2 here, we're just gonna leave always on. And then the other one's placing the soul sand, we're gonna just put place block on random slot. And we're gonna leave all of those on always on. So that is actually ready to go for as soon as we get the awakened draconium. But right now I'm gonna add a little roof. So when we manually fight the withers, they can't just fly out and wreak havoc on our base. So we have 8 injectors we need to upgrade, each needing a nether star. So we're gonna need 24 wither skeleton skulls and just a lot of soul sand. So let's go ahead and spawn our wither. Now that he's spawned, let's back up on the outside here, grab our bow, and we can just shoot him from through here. and he can't get to us. And there we go, there's our 8 nether stars. We had a couple close calls fighting that wither because he decided to shoot this section right here. And if you don't know, these are what's providing us our grid power. And we need 32 grid power to fly. 2 of those got disabled. So I almost fell into the void and had no chance of surviving. So I'm glad that's done because now we can start crafting up our Wyvern Fusion Crafting Injector. And we just need the 8 Wyvern cores. So there's our 8 Wyvern cores. Now we just need 8 Draconium blocks. So there we go, there's all the blocks. Now we just need a stack of diamonds and 16 Draconic cores. So now the pattern is 4 diamonds on one side, a Wyvern core, 2 Draconic cores, and a Draconium block. Oh wait, we still need 4 on each side, but then we need 1 in the middle. So we need another basic fusion crafting injector. Good thing it's easy to make. So let's go ahead, throw it in the fusion crafter, add our 4 diamonds to one side, and then the cores with the Draconium block. And now we can upgrade to a Wyvern injector. And each one of these costs 256k RF. Well, that's quite a bit of power, but nowhere near as much as the amount of power needed for Awakened Draconium. That's 350 million RF. Well, Mr. Reactor, you're gonna be working hard. But there is our Wyvern Fusion Crafting Injector, complete. Now just for 8 more. And there we go. And now with that complete, we can grab our Draconium blocks, along with the Dragon Heart, and a bunch more Draconic cores. And we can put the heart with 2 cores, and then 4 more cores on the opposite side. And let's throw in our Draconium blocks, and start draining all our power. And the energy buffer is already empty. The entire buffer was only 7% of the charge. And there is our first few blocks of Awakened Draconium. So now we can take those, turn them into Awakened Ingots, and make ourselves the Mob Grinder. So now we come on over to our Mob Grinder here, and place it down right there with a flux point underneath. And with the little roof added on top, we can take our ink sac and change that to black. And if we quickly just spread all the Wither skeleton skulls out, it will automatically spawn withers. All right, I'll have to fix that. But if I come down to the bottom, why didn't we work? Okay, the grinder was just backwards. So let's try that again. And that is spawning very quickly. So let's add a little more delay to that. And it's working pretty well. Just 2 of them got away. So I might need to make it just a little bit smaller. So there we go. So now if I throw these wither skeleton heads in here, it should start spawning withers very nicely. Why are you doing that? But the wither falls straight down and instantly to the mob grinder, 3 nether stars. Okay, so I had to do some problem solving. Even with all those clocks, the wither skeleton heads kept getting placed down here, which really was not good. So I moved the mechanical users up and it started working until I ran out of wither skeleton skulls. But that's just a matter of automating our seeds here and these ones here as well, which will be the exact same process as all the other automated crops so far. So I think it's actually safe to say we have withers automated. So that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like, subscribe, hit that little notification bell. Also join my Discord down in the description below. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.